All right. What do you call yourself?
My trail name is Honey Stick.
All right, Honey Stick. Where were you living before you were on the Pacific Crest Trail?
Most recently in Vienna, Virginia, but I'm from Santa Cruz, California.
Okay. And what are you passionate about?
Mountains, trees, woodworking, pottery, cats, the beach, spaces. That's my deal.
What do you think about the Pacific Crest Trail?
It's pretty tight, pretty fun, pretty exhausting, pretty challenging. Good experience.
Could you share just one story from your adventure? I don't know, something really cool to happen or crazy or hard or I don't know. Just like a story about anything. You're good.
Anyone else want to huff some shit?
Oh God. Let me think.
Not if you hit a few bears.
Okay, one thing that was really crazy was heading into Tehachapi. We were like a day out of Tehachapi, and it was after the aqueduct. Like a lot of people had night hiked it, and then we're like hiking. We're sleeping under the bridge, but we had like camped kind of like we stopped at like 11 p.m. or whatever, and woke up like kind of normally, and then hiked past the bridge where everyone was sleeping like in the morning, and then got to this canyon, took like a big siesta, and slept for a while. And then started hiking again, and then it started hailing, and it was just like crazy, like big hail, really painful, like hitting my shoulders and stuff, and it was like kind of warm, so I didn't want to bother like stopping and putting my rain jacket on, so I was just like getting totally soaked, like everywhere. I was wearing my pants too, and my pants were getting soaked. And then we were like, we were kind of along a ridge, but like going into like canyons and stuff. And in the canyons there are like these washes, and one of them I was like hiking with this girl, Potato Rocket, and we see kind of coming down the hill in the valley this just kind of like big, like just like rush wave of water. It's just like muddy and carrying plants in it. It's just like huge. And so we see the trail in front of us and it's just dry. And then we see this wash of just like crazy wave of water coming down, and suddenly it's just like tons and tons of water.
Wow.
And so we were like just about to hit that like crossing or whatever, but like wasn't a crossing. And then suddenly was a crossing, and we're like, holy shit, what do we do? And luckily it was like small enough, like narrow enough at the trail that we just like hopped over it. And then that happened like 2 more times where we were just like approaching a valley and it's nothing, and then suddenly it's just like water coming down. And we're like, holy shit, like what are we doing? Like this is sketchy. Like this is before this year. Like I feel like now at this point we've encountered some pretty scary shit, like crazy patches of snow. I fell in a few times and like my legs are just like kind of trashed, but at that point, like, you know, it all been like just like dry trail, like some snow and stuff, but nothing that scary. And we were just like, what are we doing out here? And luckily we got through it. And then that night I hiked quite a bit after that, and that night it was like so windy. At one point I had this big rock on my tent stake, but the wind was so powerful that it knocked my stake out. And I couldn't find my stake, so I used my trowel as a stake. And then I was just like, whenever the wind, like the gust came really in, I was like holding my trekking pole. I was like, because my pole is trekking pole support, I was like holding my trekking pole like, this can't fall over, this can't fall. Like, I don't have anything else to use as a stake if this one falls out. And it was crazy. Like I got really lucky, and my stake, the rest of my stakes held. And then in the morning I found the one that had come out, but I was just like, what am I doing out here? Like,
oh my god,
this is crazy wind. And this was just before Tehachapi.
Yeah, that's insane. Like total flash flood.
Calmed down and got into Tehachapi, and I was like, I'm in a town, everything's okay. And then we really haven't had any like bad weather or rain or anything since then.
That's insane.
Up until then, it was like wild, like lots of weird weather.
How did you end up on the Pacific Crest Trail? Like, did you have like a lot of backpacking experience, or just kind of like how'd you end up here?
So in 2015, I did a big section. I did from the border to Mammoth.
Okay.
And I was 18 years old, and I was like, I just want to get out there. I met this girl who was like a year older than me, and she had just finished the entire trail, and so I was like, it was like, I known about the Pacific Crest Trail. I was like, that's something I want to do, but I was like, oh, that's something I should do when I'm like 30 or like retired or something. But then I met this girl who was, you know, like 19 and who just done the whole thing, and I was like, oh, that's amazing. Like, I guess I can do it now while I'm young. And so I just like was like, I don't have very much money. I don't have enough money or time to do the whole thing because I was about to start college. So I was just like, I'm just going to get out there and see how far I can go. So I made it 900 miles to Mammoth. And then I ran out of money and had to go home. So then I went to college, and the whole time I was in college, I was like planning to come back. Like I studied abroad over a summer so I could graduate early. And then now I'm back here, and
cool.
now I'm finally like have gotten further than I did last time. So.
Right on. Congratulations.
Yeah.